I'm still here holding on. Let this body break, let this torture last. It's so beyond this age. Filled up with doubt and trapped by this memory. Hear them echoing deep in the night. Left in the dark and left to myself, wondering when I'll find the light again. Facing the light of a day that's fading. Just gonna wait till the moment arrives. Faced with the fear that the past is wasted. Don't wanna let it slip by.
I wonder why the boss is making us do this research into this other universe where our group exists. I thought he was supposed to handle these sorts of tough things.
Maybe he's busy with other things. You know how we have to keep up appearances of being evil every so often. Besides, with our strongest weapon now fully trained, we should all feel content with how we sit in regards to dominating this country.
True, but this is interesting. I just found a signature of a pocket universe in between ours and the one we are supposed to be gathering intel on. And oddly enough it has video and audio recorded despite these dates being years ahead of where we are now. And these odd colors in the universe of pink and aquamarine. I am confused by this.
Shit. My screen just got hacked. The rest of my system seemed functional, just the screen. It's got an image of a
Project Render Ramp has escaped. Repeat. Project Render Ramp.
WMNX College Park, the Kimber Station. This is Rock 100.5, Atlanta's rock station.
transmitted at the request of the DeKalb Emergency Management Agency, as well as the Atlanta Fulton County Emergency Management Agency. An individual with potentially likely connections to events which took place in the Atlanta metro 14 months ago has been sighted in downtown Atlanta. The sighted individual is 6 feet tall, with a skinny figure, auburn or possibly purple-tipped black hair, with blue eyes, Caucasian skin tone, and was observed to be wearing a black loose-fitting t-shirt with a purple flame-themed rain jacket over it, purple shorts with black flames, and black hiking boots with purple and auburn flames on them. This individual, while suspected of being similar who was spotted 14 months prior attacking similar areas of the Atlanta metro, is not confirmed to be the suspect identified as Blaise, primarily due to his pyrokinetic flame being purple and, as of the latest reports, merely idly hovering over his left palm. Despite this, authorities are strongly advising all hearing this message to for the time being avoid a 3-mile radius around the Westin Peachtree Plaza Hotel, as the suspect has been sighted on its roof with silent and as of now are uncertain about his intentions or motives. Please keep tuned to local media outlets for more information on this potentially hazardous situation.
National Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for DeKalb County in north-central Georgia, south-central Fulton County in north-central Georgia, until 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 6:58 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Midtown Atlanta, or 6 miles southwest of Brookhaven, and was stationary. These are destructive storms for areas near Midtown Atlanta. Hazard, 90 miles per hour wind gusts. Baseball-sized hail as well as torrential rainfall and nearly non-stop cloud-to-ground lightning. Source, trained weather spotters. Impact. You are in a life-threatening situation. Get to the lowest floor of the building you are in now, preferably in an interior room without windows or breakable objects like mirrors. Tree damage is likely, as well as numerous power outages. Some total losses of roof structures is possible with this storm. Window damage is also likely from this destructive storm. Locations impacted include Midtown Atlanta, South Atlanta, Gresham Park, Druid Hills, Decatur, and Underwood Hills. This warning also includes the following interstates. Interstate 20 from mile marker 53 to mile marker 61, Interstate 85 from the Abarnathy Boulevard exit to mile marker 89, Interstate 75 from mile marker 245 to mile marker 252. This is an extremely dangerous situation with tornado-like wind speeds expected. Windows of taller buildings as well as high-profile vehicles are especially susceptible to winds of this magnitude. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. These storms have the potential to cause serious injury and significant property damage. If you see wind damage, hail or flooding, wait until the storm has passed, and then call the National Weather Service toll-free at 1-866-7-634-466 or tweet us your report at NWS Atlanta. National Weather Service in Peachtree City has relayed a civil danger warning at the request of Atlanta Fulton County Emergency Management Agency as well as DeKalb County Emergency Management Agency. The aforementioned agencies have been receiving multiple reports from a variety of sources, such as law enforcement officials and news media employees of the strange bell mentioned in a past alert which has started to glow an eerie and soft glow of red, seemingly just before or simultaneous to the severe storm over it rapidly intensifying. Given that all county and state officials, both on the scene and receiving reports on the situation from their respective county emergency management agency offices, do not know what future effects this strange and seemingly sentient object will cause to the downtown Atlanta area, or even surrounding neighborhoods within the Atlanta metro, all residents hearing this message, no matter where you are in DeKalb or Fulton counties, need to be vigilant and ready to take any actions as deemed necessary, including evacuations if the situation escalates to requiring such. Those hearing this message are also hereby reminded to stay away from a 3-mile radius of the Westin Peachtree Plaza Hotel, located near the intersection of Andrew Young International Boulevard and Peachtree Street, as the situation with this bell and also the individual whom authorities are considering the growing likelihood that it is the pyrokinetic elemental known as Blaise, is ongoing and not resolved. Regardless of the outcome of this matter, all residents need to keep a battery-powered or hand-crank radio near them, and stay tuned to local media outlets for the latest on this unusual situation.
Friends gathering in the backyard and burgers and dogs sizzling on the grill. It's the perfect time to upgrade your backyard barbecue with a chance to win $5,000 in the Hot Off the Grill giveaway. Buy yourself the biggest, shiniest grill you can imagine, or throw a huge backyard bash and hire someone to
You, viewer of this video, will learn about that MacGuffin in due time. You have not earned the right to know about what untold damages the original Bell of Evil can do, especially to certain elementals.
Weather, water, and climate information, please visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta. Due to the threat of severe weather, NOAA weather radio station KEC 80 has interrupted its normal weather programming. We will resume normal broadcasting once the threat for severe weather has passed. Visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta for the latest weather information, including watches and warnings. Large violent multi-vortex tornado surrounded in an unprecedented amount of lightning on the ground near Aknolju Wildlife Management Area with a history of mass casualties. Tornado emergency for Warner Robins and Macon. The National Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued a tornado warning for Bibb County in Central Georgia, Houston County in Central Georgia, Western Twiggs County in Central Georgia, until 8:10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 7:38 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, trained weather spotters were observing a destructive tornado on the ground in the Aknolju Wildlife Management Area and was moving. Tornado emergency for Midtown Atlanta, including Atlantic Station, Berkeley Park, and Lowering Heights. The National Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued a tornado warning for West Central DeKalb County in North Central Georgia, Central Fulton County in North Central Georgia, until 8:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 7:44 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, trained weather spotters observed a tornado touching down located over Piedmont Heights, or 3 miles northeast of downtown Atlanta, and was nearly stationary. Tornado emergency for the greater Atlanta metro region, including Atlantic Station, Berkeley Park, and Lowering Heights, as well as areas of extreme western DeKalb counties such as Druid Hills. This is a particularly dangerous situation involving a tornado which could become large and cause mass devastation during this alert's transmission, if not shortly after. Do not delay getting to the lowest room in the building you are in now. Not getting to a suitable shelter now will result in your death. Hazard: deadly tornado. Source: trained weather spotters report a tornado undergo a rapid shift from funnel cloud to tornado with rapid intensification. Impact: you are in a particularly dangerous situation involving a tornado that could become significant, if not mass casualty incident producing within seconds. Get to a shelter, ideally underground now. Above-ground shelters pose a great risk of loss of life from this dangerous and potentially deadly tornado. Repeat: do not delay. Get underground now if at all possible now. In addition, media employees are reporting debris from this tornadic mesocyclone falling along a line from Gresham Park to near Oakhurst to Victoria Estates. Locations impacted include Midtown Atlanta, Downtown Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta Botanic. The National Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued a flash flood warning for Western DeKalb County in north-central Georgia, Fulton County in north-central Georgia, until 1:45 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 7:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Doppler radar indicated severe thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Over the past 90 minutes, between 3/5 of an inch to locally 2 1/4 inches of rainfall has fallen in the warned area. Despite early morning model runs depicting PWATs of 1 inch at most in the warned area, a special balloon sounding launched at 5 p.m. in an attempt to get ahead of any lightning from what is now the current warned storm indicates PWATs trending more towards feet, for reasons yet to be understood by Peachtree City NWS employees. It is due to this, in tandem with the stationary nature of the storm prompting this warning, and the storm's behavior itself by way of it refusing to weaken, as well as future storm activity still anticipated to hit the warned area early tomorrow morning that this warning was issued. Hazard: flash flooding caused by a stationary thunderstorm. Source: trained weather spotters as well as radar and gauge estimations. Impact: flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets and underpasses as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Atlanta, Sandy Springs, Chamblee, North Druid Hills, East Atlanta, Druid Hills, Midtown, North Decatur, La Vista, Piedmont Park, Brookhaven, Virginia Highland and Atlantic Station. Turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Be aware of your surroundings and do not drive on flooded roads. Be especially cautious at night when it is harder to recognize the dangers of flooding. Please report observed. Tornado emergency for Midtown Atlanta, including Atlantic Station, Berkeley Park, and Lowering Heights. The National Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued a tornado warning for
Don't be afraid, I'll keep you safe, 'cause you're gold. Oh my God. One for the money, two for the show, three to get my hands on the marshmallows, and one for the money, two for the show, three to get ready and four to go. One for the money, two for the show, three to get my hands on the marshmallows, and one for the money, two for the show, three to get ready and four to go. Breaking the dragon, 'cause Bruce wrote down the things I do just to get that body in my hands, yeah. Don't mind the claws, I won't let them scratch unless you want me to. Skin to scale, feels, now it's getting hot. But baby, chasing tail is what I'm not. I'm after something real, and the way I feel, I think you feel it too.
Tornado emergency continues for the greater Atlanta metro due to warned tornado becoming a potential mass casualty causing wedge. A tornado warning remains in effect until 8:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for central Fulton and western DeKalb counties. At 8:18 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, trained storm spotters were tracking a large, dangerous and likely casualty causing tornado in progress located near Georgia Tech. This life-threatening tornado was nearly stationary. Tornado emergency for the areas of Georgia Tech, Sonel, and Peachtree Center. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. Hazard, deadly tornado. Source, storm spotters confirm a large wedge tornado becoming shrouded in rain and hail, as well as a debris ball measuring 1 2/5 mile in diameter. Velocities estimate this tornado to be producing winds in excess of 140 miles per hour. Impact. This is a life-threatening situation. Flying debris will produce life-threatening injuries, or even kill instantly those caught without shelter. If in a high-rise building, get to the lowest floor now without delay and take a helmet and thick blanket with you into your safe room. Remember that the most central part of the lowest floor of the building you are in will provide the best survival chance if you have no basement or underground storm shelter access. Locations impacted include Georgia Tech and associated neighborhoods like Tech Square, Peachtree Center, Centennial Olympic Park, Hotel District and Mercedes-Benz Stadium. To repeat, a large, extremely dangerous, and potentially deadly tornado is on the ground. To protect your life, take cover now. Move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If in a vehicle or outdoors, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Tornadoes are extremely difficult to see at night. Do not
Dave and Jimmy every weekday morning. 103.1 Radio M.
high wind warning in effect until 11:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time this evening. What? Northwest winds 40 to 50 miles per hour with gusts up to 85 to 90 miles per hour. Higher gust speeds are likely, particularly in the areas of central, north central and southeastern Chattooga County such as Tryon, Somerville, and Sobigna. Where? Portions of far northwest Georgia. When? Until 11:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time tonight. Impacts. Damaging winds will blow down trees and power lines. Widespread power outages are expected. Travel will be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. People should avoid being outside in forested areas and around trees and branches. If possible, remain in the lower levels of your home during the windstorm and avoid windows. Only drive if in an emergency situation or under an evacuation order, particularly if east-west orientated roads such as US Route 27, Georgia State Route 53 and Interstate 75 need to be accessed.
A fire warning has been issued for Chattooga County, effective until 2:42 a.m.
Authorities from the affected county and the Georgia Bureau of Investigation are recommending all residents hearing this transmission evacuate now without delay. The following is transmitted at the request of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Dangerous mass casualty situation ongoing just outside Somerville with high likelihood to move into immediate surrounding counties downwind. Hostile humanoid elemental identified from past attacks in 2018 and a larger-scale elemental terrorism attack alongside two other known hostile threats to the country in 2020, named Presley, has been spotted in hostile combat. She is seen fighting a winged unicorn-horned entity which seems to fly at supernatural speeds and is bipedal. The identity on this creature remains unknown as she remains shrouded in bright solar fire of yellow, orange and red colors. All residents hearing this message are now under a mandatory evacuation order. Failure to do so will result in likely death from either these strange entities or the effects of their attacks. Do not risk your life. Evacuate the Warren area now. Shelters are being set up in Nashville, Tennessee and in Florence, Alabama. If you are unable to evacuate or make it to the designated shelter point, dial 911. And state-coordinated authorities will assist you in evacuation. Should this conflict escalate and move itself, or its weaponized effects reach other counties, the evacuation sector will need to be expanded to further affected counties, and, if necessary, counties which surround them. Please keep tuned to local media outlets for the latest on this rapidly escalating situation.
Think your trade is worth more? So do we. During Franklin Toyota's Paid to Trade event, we're paying the max for every make, every model.
Winter storm warning in effect from 9 p.m. tonight until 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time Wednesday. What? Heavy snow expected. Ice and sleet expected. Total snow accumulations projected to be at least 10 inches with locally higher amounts of over 1 foot. Freezing rain and or sleet accumulations forecast to be in the range of 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inch range. Where? Bullock County. When? Now until 9 a.m. Wednesday. The worst travel conditions are expected during the morning rush hour until noon. Plan on difficult travel conditions and significant reductions in visibilities at times due to falling and blowing snow. Nighttime snowfall events can be more hazardous due to further limiting of visibility. Listen for future alerts, as either an extension of this warning or an upgrade to a blizzard warning may be required pending consultation with the Weather Prediction Center. A winter storm warning for snow and freezing rain means severe winter weather conditions are expected. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency. The latest road conditions for the state you are calling from can be obtained by calling 511. Due to ongoing severe weather in the transmitter area, NOAA weather radio station KXI-28 has interrupted its normal weather programming. We will resume normal broadcasting once the threat for severe weather has passed. The National Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued a snow squall warning for Emmanuel County in east central Georgia, southern Jefferson County in east central Georgia, northern Johnson County in east central Georgia, southeastern Washington County in east central Georgia. Effective until 9:25 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 8:59 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a dangerous snow squall was located along a line extending from 2 miles east of Norristown to National Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued a blizzard warning for Baldwin County in central Georgia, Glasscock County in east central Georgia, Greene County in east central Georgia, Hancock County in east central Georgia, Jefferson County in east central Georgia, Johnson County in east central Georgia, Morgan County in north central Georgia, Newton County in north central Georgia, Oconee County in northeastern Georgia, Putnam County in central Georgia, Rockdale County in north central Georgia, Taliaferro County in east central Georgia, Warren County in east central Georgia, and Washington County in east central Georgia. Effective from 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time tonight until 10 a.m. Wednesday. A winter weather advisory is also concurrently in effect for the warned area from now until 10 p.m. What? Blizzard conditions expected. Total snow accumulations of 4 inches to locally amounts as high as 2 feet expected. Sustained winds expected to reach 30 miles per hour with gusts reaching as high as 60 miles per hour in localized areas. Where? Portions of central, east central, north central, and northeast Georgia. When? From 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time tonight until 10 a.m. Wednesday. Plan on slippery road conditions. Areas of blowing snow could significantly reduce visibility. A blizzard warning means severe winter weather conditions are expected or occurring. Falling and blowing snow with strong winds and poor visibilities are likely. This will lead to whiteout conditions, making travel extremely dangerous. Do not travel. If you must travel, have a winter survival kit with you. If you get stranded, stay with your vehicle. The latest road conditions for Georgia can be obtained by calling 511 or visiting 511ga. The National Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued a blizzard warning for Baldwin County in central Georgia, Glasscock County in east central Georgia, Greene County in east central Georgia, Hancock County in east central Georgia.
Speaking of, time for our luau.
Aloha heartburn.
One pill, 24 hours, zero heartburn with Prilosec OTC. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
101.7 WGOG.
It's time for another Golden Corner Country Classic on 101.7 WGOG.
The second chances came and they wrote my past away. But it all comes back again. All the hollow faces and lonely hearts from the days I faltered. In the fight, in their eyes. If the castle should come down, will I fall? Will I sever right from wrong after all? I'm afraid I left my heart back on the throne. Can I do this on my own? Have I grown?
Flood emergency for Oconee and Pickens counties, including Mountain Rest, Pickens, Rocky Bottom, Salem, and Walhalla. The National Weather Service in Greenville-Spartanburg has issued a flash flood warning for northern Oconee County in upstate South Carolina, northern Pickens County in upstate South Carolina, until 3:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time Wednesday morning. At 9:22 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, emergency management employees in both Warren counties relayed to the National Weather Service that they were receiving a historic number of reports of people trapped in structures and vehicles in the Warren area due to waters that were still rising even after the heaviest precipitation rates have passed, in addition to landslides and bodies and water out of their banks to record breaking thresholds initially caused by rainfall totals estimated to be in the 6 to 13-inch range. In addition to this, officials for respective county emergency management agencies are strongly advising all residents in Oconee and Pickens counties to avoid all areas north of U.S. Route 123, as many areas north of that line are impossible to use to travel due to the historic flash flood emergency in progress. This is a flash flood emergency for northern areas of Oconee and Pickens counties, including the communities of Mountain Rest, Pickens, Rocky Bottom, Salem, Walhalla, and other communities inside the emergency area. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Seek higher ground now. In addition to the C.R. Randy Jones Bridge being completely destroyed by what can only be guessed to be the sheer force of the rushing, rising water in Carrick Creek, multiple eyewitnesses report many spots along the Moorfield Memorial Highway, the Highlands Highway, in South Carolina State Route 107 as washed out or buried by landslides and associated debris. Hazard, life-threatening flash flooding. Thunderstorms that produced flash flooding. situation posing great risk to life and property in progress in Oconee and Pickens counties. Nighttime flash flooding is occurring in a widespread manner according to emergency management personnel in both counties. Numerous roads are washed out or covered in landslide debris, with the hardest hit areas being the Long Creek Highway north of Westminster, the Highlands Highway north of Frazier's General Store near Walhalla, and large areas of South Carolina State Routes 130 as well as 107. Compounding matters for emergency management officials, dozens of simultaneous rapid water rescues are in progress, stretching emergency personnel thin over these affected counties, with most rescues taking place in Table Rock State Park and multiple state parks in both counties which surround an area from Lake Kiasi to Lake Jocassee, with the Cherokee Scenic Hills Highway Bridge, the Pickens Highway, and the Stamp Creek Road bridges also being completely destroyed by the flooded waters according to authorities with the South Carolina Department of Transportation. It is only a matter of time before this abnormal amount of water flows downstream and affects communities in the water's path. At this time, emergency management officials advise people living in Seneca, Clemson, Fairplay, 6 Mile, and Central to get evacuation kits ready and prepared to leave the area due to the strong potential for sudden water rises in and near these communities. If you feel like your home is in danger of flooding from this historic flood event, authorities are giving you permission to do so, as a voluntary evacuation is now in effect for southern areas of Oconee and Pickens counties, though this may be upgraded to be mandatory at any moment. Shelters for flood-affected residents are being set up in Greenville for all Pickens County residents, and in Athens, Georgia for all Oconee County residents. If you cannot make it to these shelters due to impassable roads or distance reasons, please light a flare or put bright materials on the roof or someplace visible on your resident's property. The South Carolina National Guard is being deployed to evacuate all residents who are incapable of evacuating themselves.
When I've never gone without a single meal in the race of hunger, pain, and here it comes. Forget the storm, feel the world.
From the Thomas Wolfe House to Graveyard Fields, you're hearing Mix 96.5.
Flood emergency for a large swath of western North Carolina, including but not limited to Asheville, Flat Rock, Marshall, Lake Toxaway, and Waynesville. The National Weather Service in Greenville-Spartanburg has issued a flash flood warning for Buncombe County in western North Carolina, Haywood County in western North Carolina, Henderson County in western North Carolina, Madison County in western North Carolina, far northwestern Polk County in western North Carolina, northwestern Rutherford County in western North Carolina, until 3:40 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, significant rainfall totaling 5 to locally as high as 16 inches has been observed across the warned area, with the highest amounts in a few mile wide swath on a path from 3 miles north of Bernardsville to near Sunburst Falls. This combined with the excessive rainfall in other portions of the warned area has caused a simultaneous rise in every body of water in this swath. County emergency management officials for Buncombe, Haywood, Henderson, and Madison counties are strongly advising all residents in respective counties to either get to the highest portion of their residences if vehicular evacuation is unsafe, or if possible drive to safety at higher ground. This is a flash flood emergency for an estimated 60-mile swath of the Greenville-Spartanburg County warning area. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Seek higher ground now. Hazard, life-threatening flash flooding. Thunderstorms producing flash flooding. Source, radar and automated gauges. Impact, this is a particularly dangerous, potentially mass casualty situation. Seek higher ground now. Life-threatening flash flooding of low water crossings, small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets and underpasses. Expect flooding to and east of the Pigeon River Valley to likely exceed the horrific Mitchell County flood of Halloween 2019 within the next hour to two, if not exceeded as of transmission. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Asheville, Lake Junaluska, Lake Julian Park, and Lake Lure. Move to higher ground now. This is an extremely dangerous. Likely mass casualty situation in progress across western North Carolina. The following message is transmitted at the request of emergency management officials in Buncombe, Haywood, Henderson, Madison, Polk, and Rutherford counties along with the North Carolina Emergency Management Agency. Historic and deadly flash flooding is continuing to worsen across a large section of North Carolina, with the most devastation so far reported in the communities of Asheville and Lake Junaluska, which is, according to civilian reports and emergency personnel for Haywood County, surpassed the devastating Mitchell County Halloween flooding of 2019 due to buildings seeming to collapse from the force of the rushing water, leaving people trapped to die submerged with no hope of rescue. If in any areas affected by flooding and in rapid danger of being submerged by water, get to the roof of the building you are in and attempt to get the attention of rescuing authorities. The North Carolina National Guard has been deployed to assist county emergency officials in rescuing impacted residents. If not in affected areas, please avoid these areas until emergency officials give the all-clear to enter these areas. Please keep tuned to local media outlets for the most up-to-date information on this mass casualty situation.
The River.
Flood emergency for extreme western North Carolina, including but not limited to Bryson City, Robbinsville, Franklin, and Glenville. The National Weather Service in Greenville-Spartanburg has issued a flash flood warning for Graham County in western North Carolina, Jackson County in western North Carolina, Macon County in western North Carolina, Swain County in western North Carolina, until 3:45 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 9:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, trained spotters, civilians, and emergency management were reporting water levels rising despite the heaviest areas of precipitation moving away from the warned area. As much as 13 inches has fallen in the warned area, with the highest amounts, and also the best chance for further accumulations before precipitation exits the area completely being along the North Carolina State Route 28 corridor. This is a flash flood emergency for all areas along the Tuckasegee River as well as the Little Tennessee River Basin, with other areas within the warning to likely experience similar levels of historic flooding shortly. This is a particularly dangerous situation. If you haven't already reached higher ground, do so now by any means necessary. Hazard, life-threatening flash flooding. Thunderstorms which produced rapid flash flooding. Source, automated rain gauges as well as multiple other eyewitness sources. Impact, this is a particularly dangerous situation, seek higher ground now. Life-threatening flash flooding of low water crossings, small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets and underpasses is ongoing and expected to worsen. Expect catastrophic flooding along the Tuckasegee River and its associated tributaries, including in the cities of Bryson City and Franklin, to surpass flooding seen during the historic Halloween 2019 event. Some locations that will experience worsening flash flooding include Franklin, Bryson City, Robbinsville, and Cashiers. Move to higher ground now. This is an extreme.
Blowing all night long. So bring it out, I'll bring it down, just like it was my first. Then in 5 seconds we'll want another round. Nothing could quench my thirst like more cider. It is all I want in my cup, and then again 5-fold. More cider, spill all down my throat. Fill me up with that amber gold. We were sailing in the mighty sea, fighting against the huge monster. Of course we wanted, we were free, but then the crew needed cider. So hornets come from the motherland, looking for something good to drink. We went everywhere with a band, but they had not enough cider to drink. And she appeared in front of us, this beautiful who ran so far. We promised her but never fuss, so she might us in her bar. It's the best cider we ever drank. Give me one, give me two, give me three, give me four. We will drink it till the sank, and we'll see to the backyard.
Flash flood emergency for areas including Brasstown, Hayesville, and Murphy. The National Weather Service in Morristown has issued a flash flood warning for Cherokee County in southwestern North Carolina, Clay County in southwestern North Carolina, until 3:50 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 9:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, emergency management and law enforcement across both counties reported rushing water up to the first story of some buildings and up to the roofs of other residences, with the worst hit areas so far being Hayesville, where the historic Clay County Courthouse is completely under rapidly rushing water with people desperately trapped inside as of alert transmission, in addition to many water rescues in progress across Cherokee and Clay counties, which is pushing emergency personnel beyond their limits. This is a flash flood emergency for all areas of Cherokee and Clay counties. If you haven't sought higher ground by this point, urgently find the highest point you can and if necessary await rescue. Delaying this action will result in death of yourself and those around you. Hazard, catastrophic, if not all-time record-shattering flash flooding which poses a near absolute risk to any people in the warned area. Source, emergency personnel and automated gauges. Impact, this is a particularly dangerous situation, seek higher ground now. Life-threatening flash flooding to the point of submerging structures and causing fatalities is ongoing and expected to worsen with time passing. If in an area which will flood soon, take action immediately by getting to the highest point structurally or geologically by any means necessary. The Valley River at Tumatla, for example, is now at 25 feet, shattering its all-time record crest of 21 feet set in 1998. Given trends farther northeast, National Weather Service employees dread that this river, and many others, will continue to rise to new and exponentially dangerous levels not even thought possible during the Halloween flooding of 2019. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Andrews, Hayesville, Tusquany, Marble, Topton, and Brasstown. Move to higher ground.
Soft and reserved as the wind in her mane, she spoke without words when she told me her name. And though at the time I was quiet, I wished I could speak. 'Cause under the hard shell I might seem to be the softer, more timid personality. I know that one day
Songs for just the two of us. Love Songs After Dark on 107.7 The Breeze.
I've never been too good with words, but I just can't hold this in. Had to make sure that you heard. I know that I can come off headstrong more often than not, but the truth is you're the one who gives me all the strength I've got. You bring out the best in me, don't even try. You help me spread my wings so I can fly. I'll do anything to make you mine. I'll be loyal to the end of time.
Flash flood emergency for areas including Tallulah Falls, Clarksville, and Toccoa. The National Weather Service in Greenville-Spartanburg has issued a flash flood warning for Habersham County in northeastern Georgia, Rabun County in northeastern Georgia, Stevens County in northeastern Georgia, until 4 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 9:55 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, numerous civilian and rescue personnel reports were relayed into the National Weather Service concerning historic flash flooding, which has already caused fatalities and, given precip rates, likely will cause more casualties before the flood event ends. This is a flash flood emergency for all areas of Habersham, Rabun, and Stevens counties. If you haven't sought higher ground by this point, urgently find the highest point you can and, if necessary, await rescue. Delaying this action by even minutes will result in death of yourself and those around you. Hazard: catastrophic flash flooding event covering a large area. Source: emergency personnel. Impact: this is a particularly dangerous situation. Seek higher ground now. Life-threatening flash flooding to the point of submerging structures and causing fatalities is ongoing and expected to worsen with time passing due to upstream influence. If in an area which will flood soon, take action immediately by getting to the highest point structurally or geologically by any means necessary. All rivers in the warned area are, according to NWS employees, on track to at least match the records set during the 2019 Halloween flood event, with increasing confidence that those records will be topped. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Toccoa Falls, Tallulah Gorge State Park, Clayton, and Cornelia. Move to higher ground now. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. Do not attempt to travel unless you are fleeing an area subject to flooding or under an evacuation order, as nighttime flooding poses numerous risks to life.
Hide the truth, so it shouldn't come as a surprise when I say
who calls for might, it feeds on pain. No mercy shall receive the souls who foolishly seek fame. Come down now from your pipe dream. This is nothing more than desiccated fantasy. You wanna fly, but you don't know it's too high. You're a little girl with a little mind. You'll stay in line. You'll stay in line. You're a little girl. It's a bigger world. You've got loads of time before you make the climb. You're dead in the water. No soldier, no saint is my daughter. There's no way you'll be able to shine. Are you mean? Are you strong? Are you wild? Do you push like a heavy machine? Yeah. 'Cause the road is long through the water and wind and the fire. But if you're so bold, then you go and you make me believe. Yeah.
Radiological hazard warning. Repeat. Radiological hazard warning. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Fulton County Emergency Management. An extremely dangerous situation is unfolding in downtown Atlanta. Multiple instances of large, radioactive, aquamarine fires, in addition to lightning strikes considered extreme in nature, have been observed to be affecting skyscrapers in the Atlanta metro. In addition, radioactive particles have been observed in the shockwave from a couple minutes ago, and fallout is commencing across the area. Acidic particles have concurrently been observed, causing portions of buildings to melt along and inside a semi-perimeter type of maneuver set up from Jonesboro to Stone Mountain to Dunwoody. Compounding the situation, multiple eyewitnesses report people who would be instant casualties via burning completely alive due to contact with these fires, in addition to their skin being melted and irradiated. Also, numerous reports from multiple dispatch centers in the vicinity indicate that there was little to no advance warning for civilians or authorities in charge of rescue or law enforcement to prepare. As such, this is expected to be a mass casualty situation with more bodies than survivors, and casualties will likely be disproportionately high among emergency and law enforcement personnel. It is currently unknown at this time if the shockwaves and fires were the result of a massive explosion, nor what connections the lightning strikes have to these occurrences, or if more instances will occur. Regardless, authorities believe the set of events to be to some unknown extent connected to a demented, delirious individual named Blaise, previously connected to multiple attacks from North Georgia to locations as far away as Wisconsin and Arizona, with an incident of unknown connection status to GBI authorities which took place in Los Angeles 2 days ago. All attempts to apprehend Blaise due to his most recent actions have been deemed impossible due to his abilities. Due to the danger posed to civilians, it is now deemed too late to evacuate for anyone in Atlanta.
Non-specific alert. Non-specific alert.
The following message has been given authorization for civilian transmission by the Wonderbolt Commander. All radio frequencies in Fulton County, including National Weather Service transmitter Kickball, Elevator, Crab, Hades, are now restored and in full operational status. Despite this, Wonderbolt Element Recovery Unit squadrons have not given the all-clear for its civilians to be able to return to affected areas as of alert transmission. An administrative message alert will be transmitted when the all-clear is given. Please keep tuned to No Weather Radio for the latest information.
This is Normal Weather Radio Station, KEC 80. This broadcast originates from the National Weather Service office in Peachtree City and is transmitted from the top of Stone Mountain on a frequency of 162.55 MHz. The KEC 80 listening area.
So this is the place you've been telling me about. Wow.
Yep. They made me feel comfortable, and they made my car shopping super easy and quick. For starters, they honor all dealers' ads. And if the vehicle's not the right fit for you, just bring it back within 3 days.
You get the option to buy online, no cost oil changes, a guaranteed offer on your trade in 10 minutes, and you can even bring it back.
Wow.
Statewide activation priority alert. This is not a drill. The following message is being transmitted at the request of North Carolina Emergency Management. A variety of dangerous attacks has occurred in the state as of alert transmission. Attacks range from nuclear power plants being completely decimated in the Charlotte and Raleigh metro areas, record-breaking rapid flowing flash flooding in the Piedmont and southwestern parts of the state, in addition to mass casualty incidents in Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham, and Greensboro. Contrary to public rumors, these attacks are not works of known elemental terrorists known as Blaise, Presley, and Miss Valerie, but rather a likely new faction comprised of, as far as North Carolina state law enforcement is aware of, a likely bipedal Pegasus with turquoise fur, and a black or very dark blue winged unicorn horn featuring bipedal equine of unidentified species. The names of these creatures are unknown at this time, and they are considered mass casualty causing hostile individuals. As such, the public should not approach them for any reason, as doing so is an instant death sentence for you due to them considering anyone as associated with the elementals identified earlier and thus worth killing. Anyone still in a 40-mile radius of Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham, Greensboro, or Asheville needs to evacuate now, as staying will result in likely death by a variety of factors. While evacuating, please keep on the lookout for any individuals identified in this alert. Descriptions for reminding residents will be viewable at elemental-terrorism.nc.gov/suspect-identification. A mandatory statewide long-distance evacuation may be issued at any time, and as such any resident hearing this needs to be prepared for that possibility by keeping radios tuned to local media outlets for the latest information on this situation in progress.
I'd like to get to know you, be your friend. So you can come on over, anywhere else is gonna be colder. I guarantee the fun will never end. I guess you know me all too well. I've told you all there is to tell. I'm pretty black and white, I am the day and night, and always ready to ignite. So don't you touch that wire, this is how you start a fire. Now what have we learned? Because my flames are hot, you mess with me and they're not, or else you might get burned.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of Bartow County Emergency Management. An extremely dangerous, likely to cause casualties situation is ongoing in Bartow County as of this alert. At 10:18 p.m., Bartow County Sheriff's Office officers were observing a hostile battle taking place both in the skies and on land near the Atoll River, or about 5 miles west-southwest of downtown Cartersville. Due to this multifaceted threat, sirens in Bartow County have been activated, and in order to evacuate the county is now in effect for all residents in Atco, Cartersville, Allatoona, and Emerson. This evacuation order is mandatory and also includes Red Top Mountain State Park. Shelters are being set up at a safe distance from every known point of likely harm to those trying to flee hostile entities, and as such, with cooperation from authorities in Alabama, shelters have been set up for all Bartow County residents in Rainbow City and Gadsden, Alabama, due to future capacity for other evacuees should this conflict spread farther southeast, as Georgia authorities investigating this matter fear could become an absolute occurrence given past and current trends. If you are unable to evacuate due to disability or distance, call the Bartow County Sheriff's Office and they will assist you in the evacuation process. If able to evacuate under your own power, remember to take food, water, medications, clothing, and also remember to check with the shelter you are planning on going to see if they will accept pets. Should all pet-friendly shelters become full now or from future evacuees, all motels in Rainbow City and Gadsden have agreed to be pet-friendly during this tempestuous time, regardless of past policy. Please keep tuned to local media outlets, as future evacuation notices are at this point all but likely to be required due to the combative nature of Presley and the equine-like entity, whom seems to be As a reminder, both appearance descriptions, as well as descriptions for the other hospitals in the state, can be found at gbi.georgia.gov/cases/elemental-assault. further due to combat now observed to be in progress. The city of Madison has been deemed by local authorities as too unsafe to remain in immediate evacuation order now in effect. The following message is being transmitted by the National Weather Service Office in Peachtree City at the request of Morgan County Emergency Management. The situation described in an earlier locally transmitted civil emergency message has now escalated due to the arrival of a creature which has commenced fighting the cold-hearted and winter ability elemental now confirmed to have the name Alistair Hunter. This secondary entity has an unknown height, unknown weight, with black or extremely dark cornflower blue fur, blue eyes, lunar-themed armor, a sword with a symbol of a crescent moon on it, as well as dark night blue to moderate cornflower blue gradient smooth fabric draped from the hip section of her armor, which seems to function like a short dress. This female entity has been observed talking sternly towards Alistair and is clearly not afraid to retreat, thus showing either great bravery or a plan that is yet to be revealed. She also has a long equine-like tail and shoulder-length hair that twinkles like stars and is of phthalo blue with Persian blue highlights. Due to the hostility, including magic beams of power levels seemingly on a similar level to Blaise's fire attacks, all residents along and west of a line from Godfrey to Madison to Bostwick are under a recommended evacuation order, with residents in Madison city limits upgraded to a mandatory evacuation order. For residents not in Madison and west of the line, please be aware that your recommendation may need to be swiftly upgraded, and that this could occur with little to no time to prepare. Please have your evacuation kits nearby and packed. As for Madison evacuees, all displaced residents are being welcomed in shelters located in Auburn, Alabama, with assistance from the Alabama Emergency Management Agency. Exact location.
Sudden disconnection, and it just goes around. No, give me back my destiny. Tell me who I'm supposed to be. Even if I'm sound asleep, I'll be waiting patiently. Put me in place, color me in, fill in the blanks. Let me begin again. Well, I'm a silhouette.
Now I'm pretty sure that she can sing on a cloud, but it seems she always chooses my cat letter from my landlord in bold. No pets allowed. Now she eats like a horse and there's no way to stop. I've been having trouble trying to keep my fridge stocked. She eats half the food the moment I return from the shop. Now she's got a lot of fur, but there ain't no clothes on her, and I really don't know about these feelings that are starting to stir. She's got a cute round nose and deep magenta eyes, and she looks real cool when she takes to the skies. But a horse and a human? I don't know if that's wise. This rainbow horse fell through the TV, landed on my floor. I thought I had problems, well, now I've got one more.
Service in Peachtree City has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Gwinnett County in north-central Georgia, Hall County in north-central Georgia, until 11:10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 10:39 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 4 miles southwest of Lula, or 8 miles south-southeast of Claremont, moving southwest at 60 miles per hour. This is a destructive and very dangerous storm. Hazard: softball-size hail and 110-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Source: trained spotters. A 108-mile-per-hour wind gust was recorded and confirmed by airport measurements and trained spotters at Cornelia Habersham County Airport 20 minutes ago, as well as catastrophic damage to the area. Impact: people and animals outdoors will be severely injured. Expect roofs to be taken off homes and catastrophic damage to vehicles. Be prepared for potentially widespread power outages. Locations impacted include Gainesville, Oakwood, Buford, and Suwanee. This also includes the following highways: Interstate 85 from mile marker 111 to mile marker 115, Interstate 985 from mile marker 0 to mile marker 24. This storm is producing large hail. Seek shelter now inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows. This is an extremely dangerous situation. This storm has a long-tracked history of producing catastrophic wind, hail, and lightning damage. Seek shelter now inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows. If on or near Lake Lanier, get away from the water and move indoors or inside a vehicle. This storm is producing intense cloud-to-ground lightning and winds that will make lake travel dangerous. This storm will injure or kill anyone caught on the lake. If you see wind damage, hail, or flooding, wait until the storm has passed, and then call the National Weather Service toll-free at 1-866-763-4466 or tweet us your report at NWS Atlanta. Critical civil danger to all people in Hall and Gwinnett counties. Failure to follow this alert will result in a swift and likely painful death. The National Weather Service in Peachtree City has relayed a civil danger warning at the request of multiple county emergency management agencies. Emergency management officials and law enforcement concurrently report seeing a hostile battle moving into Hall County from the north. The two responsible are confirmed to be Miss Valerie, a hostile elemental responsible for attacks in 2019 as well as a large-scale co-perpetrator attack in 2020, with the other entity being observed to be a bipedal Pegasus creature with turquoise fur, amber hair as well as an amber and yellow tail. This creature has also been confirmed, via intel given to local authorities via communications between the GBI and the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation, to have been involved in the obliteration of the McGuire nuclear station in Huntersville in addition to impacting thousands of people with lightning strikes and killing them as observed along the path from Charlotte to the most recent confirmed cases of lightning-related deaths being in a grouped radial zone which includes Tallulah Falls, Toccoa, and Cornelia in northeastern Georgia. The other individual involved is confirmed to be the hostile elemental named Miss Valerie, a short but feisty woman most infamous for her role in a group of elemental attackers which took place in 2020 and encompassed a large chunk of the United States, spanning from the Peoria metro area to just north of downtown New York City, though also is known for her initial multi-state rampage 2 years ago. Due to the combatants' powers, as well as their ever-closing proximity with other hostile forces with either faction, all residents in Gwinnett and Hall counties need to flee immediately and plan on, at worst case, never being able to return. Shelters have been arranged in Knoxville, Tennessee, with a fallback shelter set being arranged in Nashville should Knoxville become compromised during staying in the initial shelter city. As power is likely to go out at any time due to the storms, if you need assistance evacuating and if you are in a vantage point not compromised by hostiles,
You've been alone. You don't have to be alone. Just let go your inhibitions now. Enjoy yourself. Let the magic fill your soul.
The National Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued an extreme wind warning for southeastern Bartow County in northwestern Georgia, southern Cherokee County in north-central Georgia, northwestern Cobb County in north-central Georgia, northern Paulding County in northwestern Georgia until 11:43 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 10:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, National Weather Service Doppler radar and surface observations by multiple sources indicated extreme winds associated with a line of pyrocumulonimbus will move across sections of northwestern into north-central Georgia. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. Locations impacted include Emerson, Indian Village, Ackworth, Woodstock, and Oak Grove. Widespread destructive winds of 110 to 135 miles per hour will spread across an area encompassing Bartow, Cherokee, Cobb, and rural northern Paulding County, including a sizable portion of Interstate 75, producing a wide swath of tornado or straight-line wind-like damage. Take cover now. Treat these imminent extreme winds as if a tornado was approaching and move immediately to the most central and lowest part of a sturdy building. Take action now to protect your life. The safest place to be during a powerful storm is in a reinforced interior room away from windows. Get under a table or other piece of sturdy furniture. Use mattresses, helmets, blankets, or pillows to cover your head and body. Remain in place through the passage of these life-threatening conditions. National Weather Service in Peachtree City has relayed a fire warning at the request of multiple local fire departments. Unusual fires have been observed to be moving into rural northern Paulding County and southwestern Cherokee County from southeastern Bartow County. These fires have had a lengthy history of causing injuries and fatalities, as well as display unusual characteristics, such as rapid to near-instant formation of pyrocumulonimbus clouds capable of unprecedented amounts of lightning, which is observed to be of a solar yellow and red color duo. Drops of fire that mimic rainfall, in turn spreading more fire, as well as these fires, in some cases, observed to have temperatures as hot as the sun, turning people to ashes the instant fire of these temperatures touches them. In addition, hundreds, more likely to be thousands of fatalities have likely occurred on Interstate 75, with the hardest hit areas so far being from the interchange with Georgia State Route 113 to the interchange with Georgia State Route 140, or a line from Adelersville to just east of Cartersville. Firefighters from previously affected areas, such as Cartersville, Cheyenne, and Somerville, have attempted their best methods for controlling or extinguishing these fires, yet have been unsuccessful, with civilians and news media reporting hearing many firefighters scream as allegedly the fire consumes them. Due to the rapid speed of the pyrocumulonimbus, it is anticipated that the associated fires will move rapidly into more areas of Paulding, Cherokee, and Cobb counties, and given reports of the fires themselves, all hearing this message need to plan now for a future without a residence in these counties to return to, if the area remains habitable to human life. The last reported location of the front edge of the pyro-mesoscale complex system is a line from 12 miles west of Canton to 2 miles west of Ackworth to 13 miles west-northwest of Marietta. Also, this parastorm has generated a second fire in the Burnt Hickory Park, and the fire has split in two different directions, with one flank moving southeast and the other observed to be moving due south. If this motion persists, residents in southern Paulding County will need to be placed under a drop everything and leave variant of immediate evacuation order. For the latest This message is being transmitted at the request of Cobb County Sheriff's Office. Two dangerous individuals locked in battle with one another, leaving humanity to survive without either hostile faction caring for the damage being done in their wake. Shortly. Current estimated time of arrival of either them or their attacks is as of now, given current speeds and past behavior, by Ackworth. If they reach cataclysmic news as that could very well place the in downtown Atlanta, or at least on its doorstep. In addition, it has, due to a breakdown in chain of command communication, only now arrived to the attention of this agency that should this duo make it, then they will easily have individuals. This office has no however plan on this at minimum. This county will very likely a nuclear blast or nuclear power plant explosion, allowing civilians re-entry into such dark times fall upon us. Please keep.
You humans have stood in silent complacency concerning these elementals for far too long. For that, you must be punished for allowing someone to gain power she never earned or deserved. Watch as your cities burn with solar rage.
Statewide priority activation. Civil authorities have issued a civil emergency message for all of Georgia beginning at 10:51 p.m. and ending March 17, 2021 at 4:51 a.m. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Georgia Emergency Management Agency with assistance from the Defense Intelligence Agency as well as NORAD. Multiple in-flight bogies detected in the airspace over Georgia in various locations statewide. Many of these entities have been discussed with the public in previous alerts issued all over the state over the course of the evening and nighttime hours. However, disturbingly, a new presence, with an undetermined and unconfirmable identity, has been spotted by civilians and also by those working at the Atlanta and Jacksonville Air Route Traffic Control Centers, which together oversee airspace over the state of Georgia. In addition to this, civilians in Coal Mountain have possible confirmed sightings of a strange shadowy rainbow streak in the sky along with hearing a sonic boom-like sound. As a precautionary measure, all branches of the U.S. military in or with plans to be in the state of Georgia were asked to give confirmation that they were not in the air, as all military interests were agreed to, by order of the U.S. President, stand down due to the very nature of the two factions already fighting, and they replied that none were in the air at the time the booms were heard. Due to this mysterious occurrence, all residents in the state are advised to keep a watchful eye for any new creatures seen and, if observed, to hide in the most central, windowless portion of your residence possible. Take a battery-powered radio with you and keep up to date on this mysterious situation. In addition, all flight-interested people hearing this alert need to be aware that due to these flying forces, Georgia airspace is closed to civilian and military traffic. No timetable is being given for a normal flight status.
Heck, they may not even know where Augusta is and probably cannot pronounce Martinez. I was born in Augusta and have been a resident of Columbia County all my life. The Chris Hudson Law Group is made up of real CSRA attorneys who serve our local community. If you have been injured due to the negligence of another, let me fight for you and get you what you deserve. Call the personal injury attorneys at the Chris Hudson Law Group, 706-4-LAWYER. And remember, I know that Martinez is not Martinez, and I can pronounce Hepzibah. If you've been injured, let's bring it.
Call Chris Hudson and Associates at 706-4-LAWYER. That's 706-4-LAWYER. Chris Hudson is responsible for this content. 3786 Wheeler Road in Augusta.
Making every day a lake day. It's the best of the 80s, 90s, and today on the station built for the linear lifestyle. 94.5 FM, The Lake.
So well, but you keep me guessing. I knew not where your recklessness would dwell, and you're still not listening. Your road is way too tall, and you think you got it all. Well, I'm not gonna break your fall this time. Let's see how far you climb. So here's what I'm trying to say. I'll let you fly away, and don't you dare come back. You made a big mistake, so leave while you still can, before my patience fades. Now this is your last chance. I'll let you fly away, and don't you dare come back.
Attention, signal intrusion detected. Signal intrusion detected.
I know you try to keep me on the ground, 'cause you're scared of your limits. If you can't keep up, you should stay down, 'cause I'm in it to win it. You'll try to take it all. I watch you rise and fall. You dare to take my wings. How well can you fly by me? I guess I'll see you around. I watch you fly away, glide onto calmer skies. You made your last mistake.
Civil danger impacting all of Georgia. This is a life-threatening situation. This urgent message is being transmitted at the request of the Georgia Emergency Management Agency. Several areas across the state of Georgia have reported large raging radioactive wildfires causing catastrophic damage to several structures as well as completely destroying neighborhoods and claiming multiple lives. These fires have been reported to be of violet color and are spreading at a highly rapid rate of speed.
In addition, there are several eyewitness accounts of a mysterious male figure shrouded in the same violent fires that were reported. After close inspection, authorities have confirmed this lone individual to be Blaise. Blaise is a 24-year-old white male, born March 16, 1997, 6 feet tall, weighs 150 pounds with blue eyes and black hair with ultraviolet streaks. He was last seen wearing a violet button-down shirt, a black vest with a violet flame pin on the collar, black trousers, black dress shoes, a black fedora, black leather fingers gloves with flames surrounding his hands. Blaise is well known for inundating several areas across the country with fire and high levels of radiation. If you are still in the state of Georgia, leave now or you will face certain death. Shelters have not been set up due to the speed this hostile entity is attacking. Repeat, leave the state now. Civil authorities have issued a required monthly test for all of Georgia beginning at 11:01 p.m. and ending March 17, 2021 at 12:01 a.m. From the Georgia Emergency Management Agency and the Georgia Office of Homeland Security, this is a required monthly test of the emergency alert system.
You see me soaring through the sky. I see you below as you walk on by. I can clear the sky in 10 seconds flat. Well, how about that? Oh, how about that? I could be sitting here on a cloud, watching the sun as it starts to go down. The only thing missing is you by my side. Give me a smidge of confidence. Give me a speck of something that makes sense. Give me an idea of dependency. Give me a dash of loyalty. Loyalty. But I could send my lonely soul for you, but the feeling in my heart can't follow through.
Community warning concerning multiple cities across Indiana, as urged to be issued by the Indiana Emergency Management Agency and relevant county emergency management agencies. The following alert directly concerns Elkhart and South Bend. If you are not in this area but are under a connected local area emergency, please tune to the relevant station in that area for that alert message now. St. Joseph County EMA officials are receiving numerous reports of citizens who have glowing green eyes in some cases, and in more extreme cases have been directly observed shape-shifting from humans to a type of bipedal creature of unknown species. All extents of affected civilians have been reported with saying kill Ivy and punish Presley. Also spotted flying over South Bend and recently seen in Elkhart is a gigantic creature of unknown alien species, but confirmed to have dark cerulean hair, similar color, albeit semi-transparent insect-like wings with large wingspans, eyes that have a gradient from green to dark cerulean, and a carapace that is noted to likely be on her back, but is obscured by her vivid green cloak of royal significance. She is also observed to have magic beams that emit from her crooked unicorn-like horn on her head. If you spot any of these entities, do not approach, as they are extremely dangerous and will either ignore you or turn against you if needed to advance to their perceived goal. If inside, please shelter in place and await further alerts for more information. If outdoors, find sturdy shelter in a low level, centralized room away from windows, doors, or hostels and await further instructions from that vantage point. This station will now go off air. Please tune to 88.1 on the FM frequency for the latest information on this dangerous situation.
A civil authority has issued a civil emergency message for the following counties or areas: Allen, Indiana, at 11:30 p.m. on March 16, 2021 until 5:30 a.m. on March 17, 2021. Message from WBYR-FM. Combative actions leading to worse devastation and casualties than the January 9, 2020 attack in progress. Multiple factions involved. The following alert is being transmitted at the request of Allen County Emergency Management. Authorities and civilians report multiple hostile factions entering Fort Wayne simultaneously. Factions will be described in upcoming alerts. To see these alerts in text format, visit www.weather.gov/IWX.
So you've come at last, thought you left me in the past. Guess it was too much to be ignored. You changed your tune pretty fast. I've just one question to ask. Do you think I'm what you're looking for? Get up and look me in the eye. I wanna see how well you lie. Always act like the righteous one while I'm always on the run. Loyal until you start racing, while I'm just trying to survive. You're living in overdrive. Nice to have friends in high places.
This is NOAA Weather Radio Station WXJ58 in Fort Wayne. Visit our website via weather.gov/IWX. Due to threats of severe weather and non-weather originating threats to those in the coverage area, WXJ58 is now in the shortened broadcast mode. This is being done to make sure alerts and the latest information on this dangerous and potentially life-threatening situation can be delivered to the public. Normal programming will resume once the threats of weather and all other causes of danger either cease to be dangerous to those in WXJ58's coverage area or move out of the coverage area. For up-to-the-minute weather information which cannot be transmitted during this shortened cycle of broadcasting, please visit our website at weather.gov/IWX. The National Weather Service office in Northern Indiana apologizes for any inconveniences caused by this critical and unprecedented decision. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 11:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for Eastern DeKalb County in northeastern Indiana, Defiance County in northwestern Ohio, and 11:25 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time trained weather spotters and radar continued to track a dangerous severe thunderstorm located 3 miles southwest of Edgerton, or 14 miles west of Ney, moving southwest. The severe thunderstorm warning for Defiance County is canceled. The severe thunderstorm which prompted the warning has moved out of the warned area. Therefore, the warning has been canceled. As a reminder, the National Weather Service Office in northern Indiana, along with the Storm Prediction Center, are each tracking the formerly warned area, as well as surrounding areas for future severe thunderstorm development. Please keep tuned to NOAA weather radio and local media outlets, as future watches and/or warnings may need. The National Weather Service in northern Indiana has issued a tornado warning for Allen County in northeastern Indiana, DeKalb County in northeastern Indiana, extreme southwest Defiance County in northwestern Ohio, western Paulding County in northwestern Ohio, until midnight Eastern Daylight Time. At 11:29 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, trained weather spotters were tracking a dangerous storm located about 16 miles north of Woodburn, or 15 miles east of Garrett, moving southwest at 100 miles per hour. In addition, spotters working for local TV media stations are reporting a wall cloud in the process of making a funnel that could become a tornado at any time. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. Hazard, tornado, in addition to multiple other potentially deadly hazards, including but not limited to numerous cloud-to-ground lightning strikes, torrential rainfall, and hail to the size of grapefruits. Source: weather spotters reported funnel cloud. In addition, a wind gust suspected to be part of a larger macroburst event, measuring 115 miles per hour, was recorded at the Williams County Airport as a result of this storm. Impact: you are in a life-threatening situation involving a supercell that likely has a tornado on the ground by this point, or at least is in the process of transferring from funnel to tornado. Flying debris will be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will likely be tossed off their foundations. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible, even in areas not directly hit by the tornado should one occur. Heavy rainfall may hide this tornado. Do not wait to see or hear the tornado. Take cover now. This dangerous storm will be near St. Joe now, Spencerville at 11:32 p.m., Leo Cedarville at 11:37 p.m., Fort Wayne and surrounding areas from 11:40 p.m. to as late as 11:47 p.m. This warning includes Interstate 69 and 469. If on either of these interstates, please find sturdy shelter now. Do not.
A civil authority has issued a civil emergency message for the following counties or areas: Allen, Indiana, at 11:30 p.m. on March 16, 2021 until 5:30 a.m. on March 17, 2021. Message from KIWX/NWS. Combative actions leading to earth devastation and casualties and the January 9, 2020 attack in progress. Multiple factions involved. The following alert is being transmitted at the request of Allen County Emergency Management. Authorities and civilians report multiple hostile factions entering Fort Wayne simultaneously. Factions will be described in upcoming alerts. To see these alerts in text format, visit www.weather.gov/IWX.
Civil danger event in progress and approaching the city of Fort Wayne from the west. The following message is being transmitted at the request of emergency management officials in Allen and Whitley counties, with assistance from the National Weather Service Office in northern Indiana. Authorities, including law enforcement from Columbia City and the Allen County Sheriff's Office, report seeing a mass swarm of creatures of unknown alien species led by what people familiar with this particular species are thinking is their queen, as she is much larger than the others. According to eyewitness accounts, this swarm and its queen are turning hostile towards anyone they self-deduce as being allied with or otherwise connected to the elementals identified as Presley and Ivy. For your protection, please seek shelter in the central, most interior and lowest level of your residence or building you are in. If you hear a knock and it's identified to originate from a soldier of the Changeling Empirical Protective Force, answer it and cooperate. Failure to do so will result in death, as you will be lumped in with humans they deem hostile. According to a quick-fire interview a local newspaper reporter had with a high-ranking soldier close to the Queen, the current plan is to take positions in an area of Fort Wayne at various land and sky points west of U.S. Route 27 and north of a line from Eagle Marsh Nature Preserve to Lawton Park. Any people in this area are strongly advised to be ready to answer their doors, as this Queen will send her soldiers checking all residences in this zone for allies to Presley and Ivy, or the elemental terrorists themselves. If in Allen County, there are other simultaneous alerts in effect. For more information on all the alerts currently in effect, please visit weather.gov/IWX. At the top of the page will be a special news bulletin link taking those interested to a complete rundown of all alerts currently in effect. This page will update every 5 minutes. Please keep tuned to
Extremely dangerous matter posing great risk to citizens in the northeast of Fort Wayne, likely to complicate an already devastating situation already taking shape in the city. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Indiana and Ohio emergency management agencies. Trained weather spotters now confirm that, in addition to the tornado now in progress and moving towards Fort Wayne from the northeast, a gigantic creature with an estimated wingspan of 1,500 feet across as well as symmetry-height figures was spotted shrouded in lightning in blue and orchid colors. With assistance from the lightning and the storm, it has also been determined that this creature is wearing a military flag uniform. As such, authorities suspect this creature may have connections of unknown extent to the creature spotted earlier over Muncie, Indiana. Regardless of any connections this creature has, all residents northeast of Fort Wayne are strongly advised to find an underground shelter if possible. If not possible, find the most interior, lowest level of the building you're in, huddle under thick blankets and take a bike helmet with you to ride the storm out. If you are able to keep radio contact during and after when the storm and the creature in it has passed through your area, please keep tuned to media outlets for as long as they can keep transmitting and facilitating information on this multifaceted situation in progress.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Indiana Emergency Management Agency as well as local county emergency management agencies. A tornado warning remains in effect until midnight Eastern Daylight Time for southern DeKalb and Allen counties in northeastern Indiana. At 11:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a confirmed tornado was located over Leo's Cedarville, moving southwest at tornado emergency for Fort Wayne and surrounding areas including Crestwood and Ansley Acres. The National Weather Service in northern Indiana has issued a tornado warning for Allen County in northeastern Indiana, Huntington County in northeastern Indiana, Wells County in northeastern Indiana until 12:35 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 11:46 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, train spotters were tracking a large, extremely violent wedge tornado located 9 miles north of New Haven and moving southwest at 40 miles per hour. Tornado emergency for the Fort Wayne Metro. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. Hazard, deadly tornado. Source, weather spotters confirmed tornado in addition to radar detecting a debris ball measuring around 2 miles in diameter. Impact, you are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris from the tornado itself, as well as residual debris falling from past towns hit by this devastating tornado will pose significant risk to lives and property. Mobile homes will be lifted off their foundations and torn to shreds. Well-built structures will likely suffer catastrophic damage in a majority of spots in the path of this deadly tornado. Below surface level shelters will be the only sure way to survive this violent tornado. This powerful tornado will be near Brookside Estates around 11:52 p.m., Crestwood around 11:54 p.m., downtown Fort Wayne at midnight. This warning also includes Interstate 69 from mile marker 286 to mile marker 317, and Interstate 469 from mile marker 0 to 7 as well as mile markers 24 to 30. If on either of these roads, do not stop under an overpass. Seek shelter in the closest well-built building or underground shelter. To repeat, a large, extremely dangerous and potentially deadly tornado is on the ground. To protect your life, The service in northern Indiana has issued a tornado warning for Allen County in northeastern Indiana, Huntington County in northeastern Indiana, Wells County in northeastern Indiana, until 12. Violent hunt for known elemental terrorist in progress. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Equestrian Wonderbolt Forces. Its head commander is named Spitfire with assistance by the Indiana Emergency Management Agency. As of alert transmission, two primary factions are converging on the Fort Wayne Metro including New Haven. The changeling Empirical Protective Force is currently working its way into the city from the west, mostly along and north of Jefferson Boulevard and west of US Route 27. Simultaneously, the Equestrian Wonderbolt Forces are working in from the south and taking up aerial and land-based positions south of a line from Briarwood Hills to New Haven, to act as a further deterrent for any elementals to enter or exit the city. A specialist soldier with combative and rapid flight expertise within the EWF, identified as Zip Storm, is entering on a northeast to southwest track while also producing a powerful storm. All residents not on the path of Zip and her tornado need to remain alert and ready to prove to these factions that you are not housing the elemental terrorists known as Presley and Ivy. Presley's last known location was Acworth in north-central Georgia. Ivy's last confirmed location was standing on top of the Wells Fargo Capitol Center in Raleigh, North Carolina, though that data is as of 7:30 a.m. on April 4, 2018, and thus her current location is unknown. If you spot either elemental, alert the closest alien entity that you see from either faction and find a sturdy shelter. As part of the response to this threat, a magical green dome has been set up around and over the city to prevent it from being attacked from long range, and Wonderbolt soldiers are setting up checkpoints at all major exit points, with rapid air response squadrons monitoring all other roads out of the city. If approached, you will be searched to obtain motive and verify you are not serving as an elemental terrorist accomplice to criminal activity. Keep tuned to local media outlets for the latest information on this situation in progress. Named Spitfire with assistance by the Indiana Emergency Management Agency. As of alert transmission, two primary factions are converging on the Fort Wayne Metro including New Haven. The changeling Empirical Protective Force is currently working its way into the city from the west, mostly along and north of Jefferson Boulevard and west of US Route 27. Simultaneously, the Equestrian Wonderbolt Forces are
weekday at 3. It's a trip back in time where we're fully immersed in a year that made our lives special.
The throwbacks are cool.
The Throwback 3 at 3
Just makes me feel good.
We'll pick a year and do a deep dive into the 3 biggest songs from this week back in that year.
I just keep it turned up.
The Throwback 3 at 3, a time capsule of music and memories. The rhythm of Atlanta. Star 94.
Meet me in the cold with nothing to say. Someday I'll come home. I will find my way through the coldest winds with winter emptiness, darkness closing in. The snow encompasses.
Dangerous situation with unknown future consequences continues to advance towards Atlanta Metro from southeast flank. The National Weather Service in Peachtree City has relayed a civil emergency message at the request of DeKalb and Rockdale Emergency Management Agencies. Message from WSTR-FM. Combative duo, while further slowing forward progress towards Atlanta Metro, maintains intensity of damaging attacks. Reports include all chemical plants in Conyers being impacted by a magic beam by the equine lady now identified as Nightmare Moon. Just before the elemental known as Alistair hit the plant with an ice attack meant to impact the equine-like queen. The effects of this attack on the plants impacted are yet to be fully understood by authorities on scene. Given this, Rockdale Emergency Management Agency advises all residents to put on a gas mask and close and lock all windows. Due to the intense cold in the area, closing fireplaces is not recommended. Residents in Rockdale County need to be ready to, despite the harsh conditions, evacuate if such an order is needed. Those in DeKalb County need to monitor the skies above them and surrounding areas of Metro Atlanta, as multiple factions are closing in addition, from the northeast, south, and northwest. How these factions and their attacks will interact and what consequences these combining attacks will have on DeKalb County remains to be seen and understood. Please remain alert for an evacuation order, as one may be required at any moment.
The National Weather Service in Peachtree City has relayed a civil emergency message at the request of Clayton County Office of Emergency Management as well as Henry County Emergency Management Agency, with assistance from the Georgia Emergency Management Agency. This alert is serving to remind residents in affected counties that the tornado warning is now canceled due to the tornado having lifted and no longer posing an emergency level threat to lives or property. Taking place of that threat is numerous confirmed sightings of a massive dark-colored unicorn-like species, bipedal in stature. This strange creature is confirmed to stand 1,500 feet tall, chubby build, eyes which as of last sighting spotted shooting off purple fire or smoke and glowing green and red, seen wearing a royal red cloak with white border stitching with battle-ready armor under the cloak. Unconfirmed, however, if this creature, whom identifies himself as King Sombra, has any weapons concealed by the armor, such as a sword. It is critical to get across that this creature will, once he gets moving again, move at a speed that will not be able to be escaped by traveling in the same direction as him, even within 10 to 15 degrees of whatever trajectory he chooses to travel in. Any less than this difference in overall travel trajectory and you will get crushed under this giant's moves. If you must evacuate, make sure you leave sooner than later, as leaving later increases your risk of getting crushed by this angry unicorn giant and ideally leave in a perpendicular direction. Keep tuned to local media outlets for more information on this ever-changing dangerous situation.
Interruptions, just cool music. Smooth Jazz 101, Smooth Jazz 100.
The National Weather Service in Peachtree City has relayed a civil danger warning at the request of the Georgia Emergency Management Agency in Atlanta, Georgia. Multiple dangerous hostiles are on a collision course with each other with an estimated meeting point of downtown Atlanta. Given the variety of abilities displayed by the new arrivals, in addition to the abilities seen by hostile foes already in the greater Atlanta area, nothing can be determined concerning how these various different abilities, which also have impacts on local weather in the areas these creatures and humanoids are in, will interact with one another. Given the dangerous effects of these abilities when separate, an immediate evacuation order for the entire greater Atlanta metro, including downtown Atlanta, Forest Park, Decatur, Mableton, Forest Park, as well as other areas, is looking increasingly likely. All people receiving this alert need to have their long-term evacuation kits on standby. These kits should include food, water, clothing, medical supplies if required, and important documents. Affected people should plan to be out of their residences for a minimum of 2 to 3 weeks, though there is unfortunately increasing confidence, according to some projections of longer-term evacuation periods, up to, in the worst-case projections, a permanent displacement from the Atlanta area due to the area being unusable to survivors of this devastating event in progress. For the time being, the best action to take in this dangerous situation is to get to the lowest level, most central room of the building you are in, keep away from windows, and put on a sturdy helmet to protect your head. If none is accessible, then cover your body in thick blankets and as many pillows as you have access to. Take a battery-powered radio with you into the shelter. Affected residents hearing this alert, especially in areas such as downtown Atlanta, Sylvan Hills, Adamsville, Underwood Hills, and other areas immediately surrounding downtown Atlanta, should prepare for a potentially long-lasting catastrophic extreme wind event. These winds will exceed 125 miles per hour with gusts at times potentially surpassing 150 to 160 miles per hour. Local media outlets and NOAA Weather Radio will remain on air as long as feasibly possible to facilitate the latest information and alerts. The Georgia Emergency Management Agency wishes Atlanta Metro residents the best of luck in this dangerous event with unknown consequences to people and property.
We support the locals. It's time for Homebrew on Rock 100.5.
National Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued an extreme wind warning for the following counties: Clayton County in north-central Georgia, Cobb County in north-central Georgia, DeKalb County in north-central Georgia, Fulton County in north-central Georgia, Gwinnett County in north-central Georgia, until 6:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 12:29 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Doppler radar and trained weather spotters were tracking a fatality-causing mesoscale pyrocumulonimbus along a line from 6 miles west of Dunwoody to 8 miles east of Mableton to 7 miles southeast of Douglasville, moving east-southeast at 25 miles per hour. In addition to multiple other powerful storms producing extreme winds which are forecast to interact with this parastorm shortly from northeast, southeast, and south directions. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. Locations impacted include but are not limited to Vinings, downtown Atlanta, East Point, Mountain View, North Druid Hills, and Brookhaven. Take cover now. Treat these imminent extreme winds as if a tornado was approaching and move immediately to the most central room in your residence, ideally on the lowest level, away from glass and windows as well as away from explosive objects. Take action now to protect your life. The safest place to be during a storm producing extreme winds is in a reinforced interior room away from windows. Get under a table or other piece of sturdy furniture. Use mattresses, blankets, or pillows to cover your head and body, and use a helmet to protect your head from blunt trauma as a result of debris. Remain in place through the passage of these life-threatening conditions. A tornado watch remains in effect until 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time for all counties within the Peachtree City coverage area north of a line from Haralson County to Warren County. The National Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for the following counties: Clayton County in north-central Georgia, Cobb County in north-central Georgia, DeKalb County in north-central Georgia, Fulton County in north-central Georgia, southwestern Gwinnett County in north-central Georgia, until 1:32 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 12:31 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Doppler radar and trained weather spotters were tracking a dangerous storm located 1 mile northeast of Norcross, or 22 miles northwest of Conyers, moving southwest at 20 miles per hour. These are destructive storms for areas along the Interstate 85 corridor along the line from Norcross to downtown Atlanta. Hazard: 100 miles per hour wind gusts, softball-size hail, in addition to non-stop cloud-to-ground lightning and rainfall at rates which will impede visibility to a dangerous extent. Source: trained spotters. Impact: You are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris will be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed, with the possibility of some being tossed far off their foundations. Well-built homes and businesses will have substantial to catastrophic roof and window damage. Expect mass amounts of trees to be tipped over and widespread long-lasting power outages. Locations impacted by these destructive storms include Embry Hills, Tucker, North Druid Hills, and Decatur. This is an extremely dangerous situation with tornado-like wind speeds expected. Mobile homes and high-profile vehicles are especially susceptible to winds of this magnitude and may be overturned. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. These storms have caused serious injury and significant property damage, and will likely continue to do so in the warned area.
Complex, life-threatening, potentially mass casualty-causing situation with multiple effects close to converging on downtown Atlanta and nearby suburbs. The National Weather Service in Peachtree City has relayed a civil danger warning at the request of the Georgia Emergency Management Agency. Message from WNNX/FFC. Multiple pairs of hostile factions locked in what is described by on-scene authorities as intense rage-filled combative maneuvers are now reported to be entering far suburban areas of the Atlanta metro. These entities have displayed abilities including magical abilities to control fire, snow and storms, display magical beams which have caused fatalities and injuries to authorities who tried to stop them, in addition to collateral damages of civilian fatalities. Descriptions of these individuals to be given in an upcoming alert transmission. Most importantly, until this situation is resolved, the Georgia Emergency Management Agency is closely working with local law enforcement and county emergency management agencies to determine the best actions to take as this situation is a rapidly evolving and shifting affair. All residents need to remain alert and aware in case an immediate evacuation order is given. Keep tuned to local media outlets for the most up-to-date information. For a reminder on the appearances of all hostiles involved, please visit either weather.gov/FFC or gbi.gov/cases/elemental attack.
The National Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued an extreme wind warning for the following counties: Clayton County in north-central Georgia, Cobb County in north-central Georgia, DeKalb County in north-central Georgia, Fulton County in north-central Georgia, Gwinnett County in north-central Georgia, until 6:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 12:29 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Doppler radar and trained weather spotters were tracking a fatality cause. Flood emergency for the greater Atlanta Metro and Forest Park. The National Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued a flash flood warning for northern Clayton County in north-central Georgia, DeKalb County in north-central Georgia, Fulton County in north-central Georgia until 6:40 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 12:39 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Doppler radar was tracking multiple areas of heavy precipitation moving into the warned area. Some parts of the warned area have seen between 3 to locally 7 inches of rainfall, and at least 5 to 10 more inches are expected to fall in the warned area. Life-threatening flash flooding will restart to occur as soon as these areas of precipitation move into the area. This is a flash flood emergency for the greater Atlanta metro area. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Seek higher ground now. Hazard, life-threatening flash flooding. Areas of precipitation which will re-aggravate past flash flooding. Source, Emergency Management reported past flash flooded areas. Doppler radar track precipitation. Impact, this is a particularly dangerous situation. Seek higher ground now. Life-threatening flash flooding of low water crossings, small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Atlanta, Decatur, Forest Park, College Park, Chamblee, Druid Hills, and Gresham Park. Move to higher ground now. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. Do not attempt to travel unless you are fleeing an area subject to flooding or under an evacuation order. Turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Be especially cautious at night when it is harder to recognize the dangers of flooding. The service in Peachtree City has issued a flash flood warning for northern Clayton County in north-central Georgia, DeKalb County in This message is connected to an earlier issued civil danger warning and serves to remind areas of the appearances of threatening individuals. The National Weather Service in Peachtree City is relaying a civil danger warning at the joint request of the Georgia Emergency Management Agency as well as the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Hostile individuals now sighted in combat over Standing Peachtree Park, Brookhaven, and Avondale Estates, with a solo intelligent creature towering over Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. The pair fighting above and on the ground around Standing Peachtree Park are known as Presley and Daybreaker. Presley is identified as a 26-year-old Caucasian-skinned female standing 5 foot 7 inches tall, with long maroon hair pulsing orange at times, blue-green eyes, unknown weight, observed to be wearing a crimson-red shirt, a black leather jacket, and cargo shorts as well as hiking boots. The creature in combat with Presley has been confirmed by herself to be named Daybreaker, whom stands 1,300 to 1,500 feet tall, has unknown age and unknown weight, with orange-tinted white fur, flaming long hair and tail. She is dressed in orange and red battle armor with no helmet, and is observed to have a sword made of solar fire. She also is seen to have metallic boots of a burnt orange color with a sun symbol on the heels. Meanwhile, the duo fighting over Brookhaven have also been confirmed in identity, and are known as Miss Valerie and Lightning Dust. Miss Valerie is a 5 foot 2 inch tall white female, weighing 170 pounds with semi-curly blonde hair which features aqua blue tips as well as blue eyes which are pulsing aquamarine at times as she uses her elemental abilities. Valerie is observed to be wearing an ocean-themed short-sleeve shirt, a dark blue dress, with turquoise sneakers. Lightning Dust is a bipedal Pegasus observed to be at least 1,000 feet tall from hoof to ears with turquoise fur, amber and gold hair and tail, with gold-like colored eyes, seen wearing a black shirt and black gym shorts with green stripes as well as black and green combat boots.
Fire!
following message is being transmitted at the coordinated request of all emergency management agencies in the warned area. Multiple rapidly moving and deadly wildfires fueled by severe pyro thunderstorms are affecting the warned area and spreading into surrounding areas. The most dangerous fire swath, now classified by authorities as the Interstate 75 pyrostorm, is now spreading outward in south, southeast and east directions, with a front line located on a line from Sandy Springs to near Mableton. The second pyrostorm, classified as the Burnt Hickory pyrostorm, is observed by local firefighters to be from a line extending from 4 miles east of Villarica to near Bowdoin and is moving slower but still poses great risk to life and property. All people in a 10-mile radius of Standing Peachtree Park are now advised to shelter in place for as long as possible, due to ever-worsening road conditions across the entire greater Atlanta metro. If in Southern Carroll or Douglas counties, this is your voluntary evacuation order. Evacuation route is Interstate 85 southbound, and shelters for displaced residents are being set up in Eudola, Alabama. Recommended evacuation route can be seen on 511ga.org, with an audio version to those who dial 511 and say Atlanta Assault Evacuation at the main menu. Warned area. Multiple rapidly moving and deadly wildfires fueled by severe pyro thunderstorms are affecting the warned area and spreading into surrounding areas. The National Weather Service in Peachtree City is relaying a civil emergency message at the request of the Georgia Emergency Management Agency as well as the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. The following alert aims to describe the remaining hostile individuals connected to the civil danger warning issued 5 minutes ago. The 2 individuals over Brookhaven are identified as Alice Hunter and Nightmare Moon. Alice Hunter is described as a 26-year-old Caucasian male, standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, unknown weight, slender build, with medium-length black hair and emerald green eyes. He is observed by authorities to be wearing a winter blue short-sleeve shirt, an emerald green coat, with black pants and white winter boots. Nightmare Moon is observed to be an alicorn entity of bipedal stature, estimated to be 1,600 feet tall, with nearly black fur and a chubby figure, cornflower blue or dusky purple battle armor, fabric draping from the front of her waist with a moon and sword symbol on the fabric, as well as night blue armored combat boots and an open-faced helmet. The creature near Hartsfield-Jackson Airport has changed in appearance since last description. He stands 1,500 feet tall, with dark gray fur, a mangled sharp red unicorn horn, wings which appear to be a combination of dragon and Pegasus types, pitch black tail and shoulder-length hair, wearing a red royal cloak which features easily visible white furred stitching. He has unarmored boots and armor of unknown extent under the cloak, in addition to having an amulet necklace displaying an alicorn head on it which has a red jewel of unknown type as its centerpiece. If you spot any of the individuals in this alert or the earlier civil danger warning, do not approach as they are mass casualty causing individuals with a clear motive to try to kill one another, even if humanity stands in their way. For now, shelter in place and await further alerts or news information on this ever-changing hostile situation, and remain vigilant for an immediate evacuation order. Of the Georgia Emergency Management Agency as well as the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. The following alert aims to describe the dangerous blizzard targeting Atlanta with life-threatening conditions. Blizzard warning in effect from now until 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time today. This is a particularly dangerous situation. What? Blizzard conditions expected to overspread the warned area shortly. Expected snowfall totals currently expected to be from 1 to locally exceeding 3 feet during the warning period. Average snowfall rates of 4 to 8 inches per hour, with even higher rates in the strongest thunder snow areas. Where? Clayton, Cobb, Coweta, DeKalb, Douglas, Fayette, Fulton, Gwinnett, Henry, and Rockdale counties. When? From now until 1 p.m. today, with the worst conditions rapidly settling in after 1:20 a.m. in most areas under this warning. Impacts: plan on roads, sidewalks, and elevated surfaces being nearly impossible to outright impossible to safely navigate. Heavy wet falling snow will add stress to power lines and trees, causing potentially widespread power outages. Power outages may be aggravated by strong winds in excess of 50 miles per hour, with localized gusts exceeding 100 miles per hour at times. Lightning from thunder snow cells could impact people and cause further damage to property. A blizzard warning means severe winter weather conditions are expected or occurring. Falling and blowing snow with strong winds and poor visibilities are likely. This will lead to whiteout conditions, making travel extremely dangerous. Do not travel. If you must travel, have a winter survival kit with you. If you get stranded, stay with your vehicle. The latest road conditions for Georgia can be obtained by visiting 511ga.org or by dialing 511. If you see wind damage, have a snow total report, or experience other effects from the storm, ideally wait until the storm has passed, and then call the National Weather Service toll-free at 1-866-7-634-466 or tweet us your report at NWS Atlanta. Effect from now until 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time today. This is a particularly dangerous situation. What? Blizzard conditions expected to overspread the warned area shortly.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to Nissan Alithia Springs. My name is Trey. I'm coming to you today to let you know, overlooking behind me here, we have the new lot, and we also have the pre-owned lot here, which is in that far left-hand corner. With every kind of vehicle you're looking for, look no further. We got it here at Nissan Alithia Springs. And guess what? If I don't have it here, I got several other locations that I can look. Something that you may not know, fun fact,
and the Georgia Emergency Management Agency are now issuing a mandatory evacuation order for all people within an 8-mile radius of the Atlanta Botanical Gardens due to a large-scale conflict which has, due to the emergence of an extremely powerful intelligent creature, just passed the tipping point of no longer being manageable to authorities. The creature, while fighting the elemental known as Blaise, is noted to have the following appearance traits. They stand 2,000 feet tall, with a strong, chubby figure, ominous blue fur, glowing red eyes, an overall ram-like shape with a bipedal stature, as well as noted to be wearing a blue cloak with a bell on a silver chain around his neck. Civilians have heard this entity identify himself as Groger, but that name has yet to be verified by state authorities as of alert transmission. Due to all other roads out of the city being damaged or otherwise unusable for evacuation, the only evacuation routes out of Atlanta are U.S. Route 29 eastbound and Interstate 85 southbound. Contraflow is now in place on U.S. Route 29 from the perimeter interchange near Tucker to the U.S. Route 441 interchange in Athens, and on Interstate 85 from the Interstate 285 interchange near Silverbacks Park to the Eastern Boulevard exit in Montgomery, Alabama. Do not worry about picking up relatives in other areas of the state of Georgia. A separate immediate evacuation order will be issued shortly where they can arrange for the Georgia National Guard to evacuate them to safe shelters arranged by state authorities. In addition, due to this conflict, the entire 8-mile radius around the Atlanta Botanical Gardens is now declared a condemned disaster zone, and nobody will be allowed to return until authorities give the all-clear message. Keep tuned to local media outlets for the latest on this hostile situation.
Can't save me. All alone I wonder if I'm even worthy to fill the shoes of those who led before me.
What does it mean if I can't fly? Is it a long fall to the ground? Will I die? I know they couldn't catch me. They'll only sit around thinking about how I'm falling down.
The clouds around me are leaving my eyes. I'm all alone in the run helpless and there's nothing I can do. But that's if I were to fall.
Statewide priority activation. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Georgia Emergency Management Agency. Due to multiple catastrophic incidents across the state of Georgia, all residents not affected by past or present hostile occurrences are now under an immediate evacuation order. Due to an incident at the Oconee Nuclear Generating Station, all residents in northeast Georgia who did not evacuate from past flash flooding or storm damage are advised not to evacuate to South Carolina, as due to people there evacuating to other states, there will be nobody there to assist you, and in the worst case, the air will be deadly. People who are concerned about the statuses of both nuclear power plants in Georgia can stop fearing, as authorities report both of the plants in stable working condition and not in any danger. Shelters and evacuation route information can be found at 511ga.org. Also on the site are current road conditions and road closings specifically related to this complex situation in progress. Please keep tuned to local media outlets during your stay in your respective out-of-state shelters, as they will transmit the latest information, including whenever the all-clear is given. All non-local primary level 1 stations will now switch to simulcasting their closest NOAA radio transmitter in order to keep transmitting the latest information and alerts during this statewide emergency. Normal programming will resume once this statewide disaster concludes. Multiple catastrophic incidents across the state of Georgia. All residents not affected by past or present hostile occurrences are now under an immediate evacuation order.
Mix 96.7. New music now.
till they're tied, and then they show the world all that they can do. All that I know is what's gone. I just wanna find a way back. Look past to what lies beyond. Beyond. All that I know is what's gone. I just wanna find a way back. Looking for where I belong.
This is a National Information Center statement delivered at the request of all Georgia state agencies as well as the Equestrian Wonderbolt forces. The state of Georgia, as well as the initially declared condemned disaster zone in Atlanta, are now safe to re-enter and investigate the damages for all affected by this situation which took place earlier in the month. If you need any assistance, wave the yellow or blue towel placed on your property and an Equestrian Wonderbolt forces member or a member of the Georgia National Guard will assist you in any way possible. As a reminder, some rural and county roads, especially in the eastern section of Georgia Department of Transportation District 3, as well as Districts 1, 6, and 7 are either still impassable due to debris, flooded, or in some cases both. For the latest road closings and connected to tour information during this recovery phase, please visit 511ga.org.
The boring part. We're WDJX Louisville. The fun part. Free music, free prizes, and fun personalities on 99.7 DJX.
To outer space where the lighthouse guides me home. Now I'm out of time and out of place. All the rocket ships have gone. And I think of childhood memories, looking up into the dark, when we whispered words on everything and we wondered why we are. But when you come back, tell me how it was. I'll be okay. I'll be alright because
the National Weather Service in Louisville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northern Jefferson County in central Kentucky until 12:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 11:14 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Louisville and was stationary. Hazard: 70 miles per hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. Source: trained spotters. Impact: expect widespread tree damage. Damage is likely to mobile homes, roofs, and windows. especially to taller buildings in the warned area. Hail damage to vehicles is expected, if not already occurring, to those affected in the warned area. This considerably dangerous severe thunderstorm will be stationary and affect the following locations during the alert duration: Louisville. Other locations which will be impacted by the severe thunderstorm include St. Matthews, Audubon Park, St. Regis Park, Hurstbourne, Bellwood, Mockingbird Valley, Waterfront Park, Parkway Village, Old Louisville, and Louisville International Airport. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Large hail, damaging winds, and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning is occurring with this storm. Move indoors immediately. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. As a reminder, a flash flood watch is in effect for the warned area. Slow-moving and stationary storms producing heavy rainfall can and will produce flash flooding. Be aware of places susceptible to the dangers of flash flooding. Remember, turn around, don't drown. The National Weather Service in Louisville has issued a flash flood warning for northern Jefferson County in central Kentucky until 5:17 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 11:16 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between a third to a half inch of rain has fallen. The expected rainfall rate is 1 to 2 inches in 1 hour. Flash flooding is expected to begin shortly. Hazard: flash flooding caused by thunderstorms. Source: radar. Impact: flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Louisville, Prospect, and Parkway Village. Turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Please report flooding to your local law enforcement agency when you can do so safely, and have them relay your report to the National Weather Service in Louisville.
Wish I could find a space in my head without the memories. Without you guiding my dreams, they tend to get the best of me. Starting to think that I made the wrong decision. Could have given you the time of day and just listen. I'm doing my best to try to block out the screams, but I think you know where they find me.
Remember when you lived life on the edge? We do too, and we found your playlist. The Other Side of the River, Atlanta's alternative edge.
alert. Safety alert.
Law enforcement warning. A civil authority has issued a law enforcement warning for the following counties or areas: Clark, Georgia, at 10:46 p.m. on April 1st, 2021, effective until 4:46 a.m. on April 2nd, 2021. Message from CCSO/FFC. The Athens-Clarke County Police Department is urging residents to stay away from a half-mile radius of the University of Georgia campus due to a hostile standoff in progress between a longtime elemental terrorist and an intergalactic law enforcement member. The alien law enforcement member involved currently stands 7 feet tall, with a chubby figure, light orange fur, with hair and tail which feature a color gradient from aquamarine to arctic blue to Arctic green, with orange-colored eyes. He is dressed in a forest green short-sleeve shirt with a badge of classified association on it, black gym shorts and white combat boots. The elemental is confirmed to be Blaise, a 6-foot-tall, 24-year-old Caucasian male with a weight of 150 pounds. Blaise has black hair with glowing auburn and at times purple highlights, and observed to be wearing a black shirt with glowing purple and red lightning bolt designs on it, a flame-themed light winter coat over it, as well as black and purple flame-themed cargo pants, as well as purple flame-designed boots with sharp weaponized blades on top of the toes. Should these individuals leave the specified radius and start to move about the city, beware of these descriptions, as failing to do so may put your life in extreme danger. Keep tuned to local media outlets for the latest information on this dangerous situation.
Unveiled in nightmares I drift away. Am I the one fading in the sun? The light that stole the dark from me, but did the dark deserve to be? These gray skies, they cloud my mind, but my eye can't see just fine as I dream of sunny days from the snowbanks. I can feel your lips on mine, scent of roses, taste of wine. As the blizzard blows, I feel the warmth of you come right through, breaking the spell of shadowed ice, melting the ice until I die. There may be storms ahead, but tonight is ours, so let's make the best of it. Break through my heart, guide through the dark. Dig me up, thaw me out, bring me back to life. Through the snow, a fiery storm, broken bones won't keep me away from you. Beating down, clouded breath, snowflakes fall, but I can go back to you. Frozen dreams can chill my veins, I see stars will break my chains. As I walk through this barren land, I hear your voice come right through. Through the frozen north I run to you, through the harshest weather I bet for you. And my dear, don't you think that I will